Breaking overnight, Nissan workers in Canton vote not to form a union, but this doesn't mean the end. Ahead, we talk about how 2 days of voting ended, plus what's next for the auto workers. A fire breaks out at an asphalt plant. White crews stayed on site even after the flames were out.
He submitted a document with fabrications, and that's being timed because they were out and out live.
The retrial of Hinds County's district attorney. We'll talk about who takes the stand and where the trial is after week 1 wraps up. 16 WAPT News starts now.
The 1 to watch. This is 16 WAPT News live at 8.
And good morning to you this Saturday, August 5th. Thank you so much for waking up with us. I'm Earl. One of those headlines in just a bit, but first a live look outside. This is our downtown Jackson sky cam. It is 8 o'clock on the dot and looking like a gorgeous day. That's where we check in with meteorologist Kara James for weather first. Hi, Kara. We have a traffic alert to pass along right now. I-55 blocked in Madison County. Crews are on the scene at 55 South at Gluckstadt Road. Authorities say a cement truck is overturned. Both lanes of 55 are blocked. Traffic being detoured to exit 112. Again, I-55 South at Gluckstadt Road is blocked because of an overturned cement truck. The road is expected to be blocked until at least 9:30 this morning. Breaking overnight, the vote in Canton. Nissan workers decide not to unionize. 16 WAPT's Ann Parker was following this story into the night and has more. And here's a look at that final vote tally. Out of more than 3,500 workers, 2,244 rejected unionization, 1,307 wanted it. And this morning, workers reacting after casting their votes over the last 2 days.
We're going to go back and try it again. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. That's it. That's all I can say. We're going to go back and we're going to try it again. So we just don't count us out because we want it to happen.
You know, we have to go in there and work together with each other, no matter the outcome. We all understand that. You know, I got to bet with a guy for a 20-ounce Coca-Cola, you know, whether or not we win or lose, somebody that's a strong anti, you know. So, I mean, you know, we still got to go in there and do our jobs.
The United Auto Workers filed 7 new claims that Nissan broke federal labor laws during the union election. Nissan released a statement in part saying filing unfair labor practice charges is a common tactic used by unions in an organizing campaign. The UAW is again launching baseless and unsubstantiated allegations. UAW says the result of the election was a setback for these workers, the UAW, and working Americans everywhere, but in no way should it be considered a defeat. If the labor board rules in favor of the charges, the board could order the election be repeated. Such a decision, though, could be months or years away. We'll continue to follow the story. Make sure you stay with us on WAPT.com as well as on Facebook and Twitter. Well, Madison County DA Michael Guest says he's investigating possible voter fraud in the Canton mayoral race. Authorities say the allegations include convicted felons being allowed to vote and people casting a ballot even though they didn't live in the city. Officials say the allegations go as far back as the primary. A federal judge dismissed a racial discrimination lawsuit involving the Jackson Police Department. Former JPD officer Tina Banshini sued the city and Chief Vance, saying he fired her because she's white. Banshini was charged with domestic violence in 2015 following an altercation with fellow officer Aaron Allen. She claims Chief Vance forced her to resign, but kept Allen, who was a black man. The state wrapped up its case Friday in the retrial of Hinds County District Attorney Robert Smith. 16 WAPT's Ross Adams has more on the day's testimony. Testimony continues Monday when Smith's defense presents its side. The trial expected to continue through at least next week. Well, suspects are in custody after a Richland police officer crashed while chasing a criminal. A high-speed chase of a stolen vehicle ended in a crash. It happened on I-55 North between Madison and Canton. No word on the extent of the officer's injuries. A Richland police dog had a run-in with a felon. According to U.S. Marshals, Carnegie Gray was hiding from officers when they called in Richland's K-9 unit. K-9 officer Rico found Gray under a house, scared him out, and ran him down. Gray was treated for minor injuries. He faces robbery charges in Ridgeland. The Mississippi Hall of Fame formal induction ceremony is tonight at 7 p.m. at the new Convention Center. Last night, organizers hosted a silent auction at the Hall of Fame Museum. Big-name attendees include running back Marcus Dupree, former Jackson State baseball coach Bob Braddy, and sports writer Rick Cleveland. Hinds County District 5 Supervisor Bobby McGowan is hosting his annual free backpack giveaway this weekend. It's happening at 10 o'clock a.m. at Terry Park in Terry and Sunday at noon at the Utica Community Center. Backpacks will be given away on a first-come, first-served basis. A back-to-school party also happening today for kids heading back to class. This one, AARP hosting one from 10 this morning until 1 p.m. at Baker Elementary School. Kids will get free school uniforms, school supplies, haircuts, even dental screenings. There will also be free food. In South Jackson, newly elected Ward 6 Councilman Aaron Banks is putting on a lot party at Glory Empowerment Center. It's on the I-55 South Frontage Road, just south of the Savannah Street exit. It goes from 3 o'clock to 7 o'clock today, and there will be free school supplies, backpacks, and food. The first 50 kids will be entered into a drawing to win a bike. JPS students head back to class on Tuesday. A former Alcorn State band director died yesterday. Samuel Griffin took over as band director in 1969 and served until 2012. The school's rehearsal hall is named after him. No word on a cause of death or funeral arrangements. We will update you as we get more information. Firefighters put out a fire at an asphalt plant in Byram. It happened Friday at the W.E. Blaine asphalt plant just off I-55 South. Fire officials tell us 2 processing tanks caught fire. Crews quickly put out the fire but stayed afterwards to spray down the tank to keep it cool.
If that second tank would have caught fire, it would have been a big problem. We'd have been up on the hill filming, okay? It's that explosive.
No injuries were reported from that fire. Time is now 8:10, and we check on that back-to-school forecast with Kara James the last weekend for some of these young folks.
I know.
Well, superstar Beyonce changing one Mississippian's life. Ahead, we talk to 19-year-old Bria Page about how and why that is.
Are you gonna cry? Are you crying? How can you make me cry?
A sibling surprise caught on camera. You don't want to miss this heartfelt moment this family shared. That's coming up. Time is now 8:11, and you're watching 16 WAPT News.